Okay, so it's Friday, the 28th of October, and it's just over 2 years now since a former partner decided he was leaving Spain to move back to the UK to be with the love of his life. And since then, I have lived in Spain under the threat of eviction, even though I was offered gifts for the sale of the house and to help us to move forward. He was offering all of these gifts. Even before he left, I was threatened with illegal eviction. He was in charge and I could be thrown out onto the streets. By the middle of September, before he left, again, I was verbally abused, humiliated, and told that he was in charge. You can't negotiate a gift, and that he would make the date the 1st of November, basically, but not in a nice way. He was very violent and his outburst was very angry. And then I was told I would only have 4 months. And if I hadn't bought this house and if the house hadn't sold, then I was out and he would move back in. And so that was meant to be 4 months from September, which was 15th of January 2021. Now, he then took his case from July of 2021 to civil court for precarious eviction. The civil court case was heard in June of 2022, and it was 5 minutes in the court, 5 minutes, where his solicitor said something, my solicitor said something, and then we were ushered out of the court. Basically, the law is on his side because my name is not on the deeds and I don't have a marriage certificate. And so in a court of law, they can say, right, okay, it's his house, and I end up homeless in Spain. That's the law in Spain because I don't have a marriage certificate. He doesn't have to pay any compensation and he thinks that's fine. So the court case didn't go the way he thought it was. He thought he was going to get his keys back within a couple of weeks, and that didn't happen. And I actually published my book, my story, and he then has now taken legal action against me in the criminal courts this time. So his specialist lawyer that he has got from Barcelona to take his case in Cartagena is now put a whole load of court documents together, which I picked up on the 20th of October. And I was told I need to seek legal lawyer for my defence. The 7 different charges in this court document have a total combined prison sentence of 15 years. 15 years. And I am meant to now look for legal representation. And I haven't got legal representation. I didn't have legal representation when he left. When I did get legal representation, I was told I needed to file a gender violence complaint against him, which I didn't want to do. I wanted to negotiate. I wanted to sort of sit down and have some settlement worked out. And he had told me I couldn't negotiate with him, I couldn't negotiate a gift. And so therefore, the lawyer who I saw back in October of 2020 said, did you not hear what he'd said? You can't negotiate with him. You need to file a gender violence complaint. And eventually, I did do that. It didn't really help. And now, I'm still in the position, still in this house. Every time I have an opportunity to move forward, I have an opportunity to think, right, okay, let's start to create an income. Let's see what I can do. I want to rebuild my future. I want to start doing something better for myself. ex-partner pops up again with some ridiculous thing, and now it's this court action, criminal court action against me now. 7 different allegations. Just can't believe it, to be honest. And I've tried to get a lawyer. The ones I've asked haven't got the expertise, haven't got enough time to prepare defence, don't want to take a case, don't speak English. And so 14 different solicitors that I've tried, different companies, haven't got one that has said that they can represent. So the court prosecution office, who is supposed to look after and defend the victim's rights, is now looking for a lawyer to appoint for a case that I have to go before the court on the 7th of November, just a week away, just a week on Monday away, to try and then sit down or explain the circumstances to a lawyer who is going to then try and put forward my defence against the allegations. I already spoke to the court through the interpreter and said, to be quite honest, it's not very long notice for the 7th of November, and what sort of fair trial will I receive when the person who is supposed to be putting my defence only gets to meet me and gets to see my side of the story on the actual day or even just a couple of days beforehand? How can they do anything to get a fair trial or a fair defence put together? I don't know. So this is what is happening right now. And I'm just in one of those situations where, you know something, you can't really win. You can't really win. You can't negotiate with a person who's unreasonable. You can't come to a settlement because each time you come to some sort of agreement or you reach some sort of settlement, at the last minute it's changed. And it changes all the time. And then what you thought was going to happen is completely wiped out. You know? To start at first was like, all right, 115,000 and pay this, you can find a house and you'll be secure, and then he changed it and then it's like, well, I'll let you have £500 a month for 4 months and you've got the opportunity, I'll give you the first opportunity to buy this house, Loren, and then if it's not sold, then I'll move back in and you're out. Well, I'm thinking, that's confusing to start with. That's like what you're supposed to do. If I haven't bought the house, if the house isn't sold, he's all of a sudden wanting to move back in. So it's all mind games. It's all manipulation. You can't win with an unreasonable person. And this is what I've been up against. As soon as he left, he wasn't happy. He was with his new person, his new girlfriend, and then all of a sudden I'm told he never loved us and all offers are off the table, and he went ahead with his threats, that is his first threats, the 2 threats to throw me out, that I would be out of here. He went through the civil courts. And I basically then had this idea that when he ended the relationship, that I should write my story in the book that I did write. Is being published. And if you want to look at that story or purchase that book, then that is under my author name, Loren Keeling. And the book is titled Post-Separation Abuse. Betrayal, abandonment, what type of man You just need to go to Google, check up my author's name, Loren Keeling, and you'll probably find it there. It's on digital platforms and in Amazon. And that's all I have to say. And if you do pray, then send one out for me. Thank you. Bye.